Okay, so the trial day has come. Trial by combat is going to be myself, Lord Jason of Seaguard, versus Sir Richard Harp. May the gods have mercy. You and Sir Richard of the Iron Throne slowly circle each other, tense and focused. You scan him for any sign of weakness, any opening in his defence that you could possibly exploit. One mistake is all he'll get. I see a weak spot, a vulnerability. It's not much, but it's all that you need. We're going to strike. I've easily broken through Sir Richard of the Iron Throne's guard and knock him to the ground. He lies sprawled at my feet, completely at my mercy. It's all over now. I strike, but Richard of the Iron Throne rolls to one side, wounded but still very much alive. He rises to his feet and readies his weapon once again. Why won't this man just die? Sir Richard Harp and I slowly circle each other, tense and focused. I'm scanning him for any sign of weakness, any opening in his defence that I could possibly exploit. Once again I see a weak spot, a vulnerability. It's not much, but it's all that I'll need. We'll strike. Sir Richard Harp tries to fight back, but I force my way through, easily overpowering his pathetic defence. I strike at his heart with all my might, and Richard Harp crumples to the ground lifeless. I wipe his blood from my weapon. The deed is done. Sir Richard Harp is dead. The fight is over. He lies defeated at my feet, and I've won. I've been released from the jail cells and make my way back to Seaguard. Once in Seaguard, I'm going to take over the tutorship of my son. And we'll bring him up as best we can. In the meantime, we need a new Master of Arms, seeing as Lord Desmond is in our dungeon. Now, a couple of things we can do with him. We can call him for trial by judgment. And that's before a court. I'm newly released from prison, so we'll give him his day in court and we'll see exactly what he has to say for himself. Lord Desmond of Marley Bay has demanded a trial before the court, which Lord Belgrave shall oversee to ensure justice is served. He begins to present his defence, but the court did not seem impressed. He cut a very unconvincing and nervous figure. It's now time for Lord Belgrave. Lord Belgrave stuttered, stammered, and incoherently rambled in front of the accused, who rebuked his accusations and questions with ease. Unfortunately, his argument was so boring that many a court appeared to fall asleep, so he's made a poor case also. A verdict has been reached. Lord Belgrave proclaims Desmond of House Grell is guilty. So we've got a decision here to make. We can either execute him, send him to the wall, he can walk through the streets naked and then back to his cell, or be a better person and release him. There would have been a time that I would have just released him. But in the way he's betrayed me, and even though I was victorious in my fight, I still spent much longer in prison than I wanted to. Desmond Grell, you are hereby banished to the wall. There you will live out the remainder of your days as a Black Brother. Now that's a shame because we are somewhat struggling now. As you can see, Master of Arms, we don't really have anyone fantastic. We're gonna have to go with Simmons. But this Duncan, we'll have to watch him as well because he wasn't the only Grell. thank the Lord he's not here. And the Grells don't hold any of the castles here, which is fine. So the plan as it stands right now, we have to formulate something, we have to gain some power somehow. Our claim on Cape of Eagles is taking its time. And there's not many wars for us to exploit. As you can see, the Lannisters are battering the Liddens. And we've got a minor rebellion in the north with the Serwins against the Starks and the Tullys. I'm going to play things through for a moment, I'm going to see exactly what's happened. Hopefully in that time we can actually get some of our money together. Oh right, I've been made a Sir, fantastic. Meanwhile my son, developing slower than I would like. Put him down to train children, for what use it will do with him being a very slow ability. Hopefully you can inspire one of these two traits, that's what we're looking for here. And we've had in command happen to us. What has happened here? I'm leading troops in Blackwood Vale for my liege. We'll allow it for now, there's not a lot we can do about it. Our liege lord has called us up. He's also called up our ships. Meanwhile, for the sake of progress, we're going to have a look at getting ourselves someone who's good at words. This is the only time we'll be doing this, only to progress along a few claims. As you can see, it's not worked out. We've got someone who is 12 rated. It's not very good at all. Okay, so we'll make do with what we've actually got. So I think what we're gonna have to do is it's time to find ourselves a new wife. However, we've still got the widow trait, so we have to wait a little bit. We could always betroth our son Patrick, but we're going to do both things at the same time because I want to get an overall view on the relationships we're going to be generating with the other houses. In the meantime, the king has moved the capital back to King's Landing. As we can see, Stannis is there, even though he has Mallister. He has indeed managed to marry Lyanna Stark. That is indeed interesting, as she was rumoured to be infatuated with our Crown's Prince, or our former Crown's Prince. Now let's have a look at the Starks. We've still got Lord Eddard up there. He has no children. However, he does have a few wards. His brother Benjen is there. And as we all know, his older brother was executed. Well, I say executed, he strangled himself trying to reach his father, who was burning in a suit of his own armour. But you know, that's what happens when you fight against the dragon. Well, that's what used to happen. Now the dragons just get defeated and leave us loyal liegemen to struggle on. Now one of the things we're going to be keeping an eye out on is who's running the Iron Islands. We've got Lord Paramount Roderick. He's actually not at court right now, so a regent is ruling in his name. And that's somewhat interesting. So we can say Balon Greyjoy is going to be the heir. So far he's just a babe at the teat. So what to do next? It's going to be very difficult. What's this? The Age of Dragons ends. The last dragon has now died. Who had the dragon? Yeah. There are no more. There are rumours of dragon eggs though, so perhaps once again in the future. The smallest spider makes my son Patrick squeal and run for cover. This has started to worry me. Now, I won't have a craven for a son. So fear is the mind killer. Let's see how that affects a young lad. So he's arbitrary and he's zealous. So arbitrary is a trait we do not want. We want to get him out of that fact. In the meantime, this is still taking too long. At age 32, Arwood died of poor health. It was one of mine. Wasn't very good though. Oh, message from the Lord Paramount. I have decided to institute the High Crown Authority law in the Riverlands. Your status as my de jure vassal entitles you to vote on the manor. Well, High Crown Authority, it's not something I would particularly want, but it has reminded me that I do want to put my tax up and generate some more funds. So I'll do that and we'll ignore that. Let's go phrase. We need to get this claim as quick as we can. Lord Walder at the age of 76 shouldn't last too much longer, but you never know when it comes to these dirty phrase. Dear Lord Jason of Seaguards, I hereby invite you to the Grand Feast in Riverrun. Your presence at the feast will be greatly anticipated, and I look forward to your attendance. I doubt he would greatly anticipate this. As you can see, he still considers me a traitor. We will go to the feast and just make sure we eat some bread and salt as soon as we walk through the door. If we don't, we may be in a bit of trouble. Okay, so we've got a new decision. We can actually take on the squire. We're going to do that. We're going to take on my son. Hopefully this will encourage the boy to be a little bit better. We can still force him to train. Where is he? He's 8 years old. So we've got a chance, 64% chance that he becomes a poor fighter. He could be wounded or maimed. We're going to force him. Oh, we've injured him. That is not good. We've arrived at the feast. Lord Holster is greeted us warmly. Wine was served and the most delicious scents came from the kitchen. Not too bad. In the meantime, my son's martial has gone down slightly. The Serwins obviously lost their battle. Lord Paramount's Holster's feast is over, and it's time to begin the long way home. After the food, the entertainment and the warmth, the real world suddenly feels cold and hostile. Will there be a feast next year? Oh, here we go. So a message has come through from my Master of Coin. My liege, I write to you with bad news from Seaguards. My efforts to squeeze some extra taxes out of the population have met with resistance, and now the peasants are arming themselves. I fear we might have a revolt on our hands soon. Right, first things first, stop collecting your taxes, and we need to get someone to pacify the province. My son Patrick practically lives in the kitchen, the little glutton. So we're going to talk to him about moderation. Meanwhile, we're still waiting on this claim. We need to try and get ourselves someone good. So, what can we do? Let's see if we can find ourselves a woman of note. No, she's only 13 is the best that we can get here. Perhaps if we do a search this way. So that's surprising. So in all the realm, the best is 14. She's the Lady of the Demon Pass and she's Valerian. So I fear she will not come to us. But this is a question for another time. And we're going to end things here. Thanks for watching, give us a thumbs up if you're liking it.